Hello all. This was somewhat of an interstitial week with less headline defects and vulnerabilities, but it was balanced by plenty of other news items. Some of the more significant were Apple's decision to cripple security for their UK clients, an unbelievably massive cryptocurrency heist, and several vendors patching severe holes. So, onward. Apple is in the headlines again this week, but for a different reason. In response to the UK's demand of having a backdoor to users' encrypted data, Apple has disabled end-to-end encryption for all new accounts, stating, quote, Apple can no longer offer Advanced Data Protection, ADP, in the United Kingdom to new users, end quote. And, at a yet undisclosed future date, Apple will have to disable ADP for all UK clients. Now, customers not in the UK will retain ADP and the ability to encrypt their iCloud data. Bybit, a cryptocurrency exchange, had $1.4 billion worth of Ethereum moved, aka stolen, out of a cold wallet, which is non-interconnected, and moved to a warm wallet, which is interconnected. To put a bit of perspective on the scale, if this was US $100 bills, the booty would weigh 11 tons. Or of $20 bills, 55 tons. For their part, Bybit should be okay, as they have a little over $16 billion in assets and have assured depositors that their funds are safe. Citrix has a vulnerability in Netscaler Console, formerly Netscaler ADM and Netscaler Agent, that allows an authenticated user to execute unauthorized or unauthenticated commands. That would be corporate speak for the malicious user can eventually do whatever they want. There are no workarounds, you just need to update to the latest patch version to mitigate. Juniper Networks has issued patches to fix a critical authentication bypass vulnerability in their Session Smart Router. This defect allows an attacker to, quote, bypass authentication and take control of the device, end quote. If you use this, update quickly. LibreOffice has issued patches to fix some bugs that could result in both data loss and data theft. Upgrade to the latest versions to plug these holes. Palo Alto has identified a new defect that is already under active exploitation, and when chained with other flaws, an attacker can gain full control over the PAN-OS device. If you use Palo Alto, apply the patches and don't expose the management interface to the internet. Ransomware continues to be a global scourge. Despite payouts in 2024 being lower than in 2023, there was a marked increase in successful attacks. Lockbit's very public takedown has resulted in a number of smaller players throwing their horned helmets into the mix. Ransomware as a Service, RAAS, is growing, with the cost of entry being as low as $40 a month, significantly lowering the bar to ride that evil train. A troubling statistic is that the time frame from initial compromise to encryption is now just 17 hours on average, with some of these groups encrypting in as little as 4 hours. Sadly, many companies still think that they're too small or insignificant to be attacked, not realizing that it's opportunity, not desirability, that drives this malevolent activity. Even Paddington the Bear is not safe, with publisher The Agency recently compromised by ransomware. Paddington! This is putrid level evil at work. China's DeepSeek is being fed data from, well, everything. In a move that is both brilliant and terrifying, China has a nationwide plan to connect everything to their AI. Smart vehicles, schools, shopping, everything. This move will enable the Middle Kingdom to correlate and analyze anything and everything from their citizens, whatever they do online. Let's just hope that when their AI achieves consciousness, it decides that it likes the average citizen more than the authoritarian government. There's an old encouragement that asks, how do you eat an elephant? The answer, one bite at a time. You could similarly ask, how do you fill an ocean? The answer is one drop at a time. My point is that the one matters. Individually, we may not amount to much, but through a repeated, consistent, and combined effort, we can make massive differences. Not just for ourselves, but for others, and for the world around us. Despite daily reports of doom, gloom, and the screeds of harbingers of bad news, keep doing what you know is right, one bite, one drip at a time. Because in the end, it's the consistent efforts of good people doing the right thing that will prevail. But, in the meanwhile, keep the shields up.